Hey, great Wednesday morning. It is a beautiful morning in the city of Brownsville, Texas, and we're back in Brownsville, and that's a good thing. Let me say, got back from New York last night I got home like at 2 in the morning, and that's because we landed in Harlingen. I'm sorry, landed in McAllen, then had to drive to Harlingen because I had left the vehicle there because we flew out of Harlingen. And let me say that McAllen Airport, I had never been to it. Thing looks nice. I mean, they've got like restaurants and shops and stuff. It sort of looks like a miniature normal city airport. So I thought it was pretty cool. Ours doesn't look that great. That's okay. Tired, beat. It just a very, very dragging trip. New York City is beautiful. It's amazing. It's awesome. It's just way, way too big and too fast. And as much as I love a lot of things, a lot of the attractions of New York, it's good to visit. I don't see how the heck people live in that city. Um, I don't think that I want to go back to New York City. I think this was my last trip to New York City. And I say that because I've seen it all already. And seeing the Statue of Liberty is always cool. Seeing the Freedom Tower, visiting the museums, it's always cool. But it's very, very taxing. Very taxing, very expensive, and very, very draining. And I just don't see myself going back to New York. Well, one of the places that I do want to go back to visit, again, I've stated this before, is I want to go back down to Peru. That place was peaceful, and the history behind it and everything else. Um, it was so cold in New York the first 2 days that we were there. It was, I think, 7 degrees or 3 degrees Fahrenheit, and crazy weather. And I think we did okay the first 2 days. It was just towards the end that I think I started to like get all mormado, and my throat started to feel like la garganta no la aguantaba. Como que ya de salida, ya como que ya, Erasmo, regrésate a tu rancho. And Brownsville's a great place to live. I don't think I'd be anywhere else than Brownsville, Texas. With that said, I'm going to cut down on my traveling some this year. I have my next trip was to go to the Philippines for a missionary trip the last 2 weeks of January, and I'm thinking of canceling that. And I say that because one of the things that I think I learned from this trip is as much as you want to hold on to being young, you got to let it go. You know, I know I look 32. Chema just felt crashed out right in front of me. I look 32, just not 32 anymore. And that's really, really hard, I think, to assimilate for a lot of us. Age softens us. And I think I really, really experienced it this trip. Not as young as I once was. And I can't do a lot of the things that I could do before. It takes me a while to heal. I was sharing with people that, I still have issues lifting up my right arm. And that's because of that hit that I took. That to this day, the people there at customs, they still laugh about it. They say, "Oh, you haven't fallen anymore?" We're like, "No, thanks." Good morning. Good morning. It But yes, it does. But you make it all worthwhile. New York, yeah, you do the best you can with what you have, and that is it's amazing. Again, the only issues is it's very very tiring. You have literally have to be running all over the place. Ya no aguantaba los zapatos, and these are comfortable shoes. I enjoyed the food. Got a chance to eat at a Wolfgang Steakhouse. Amazing food. Expensive like crap. Amazing food. Also, went to Gordon Ramsay's fish and chips there. Horrible. Prayers and blessings. Your trips is like me going to. Thank you. And so I'm going to be a little bit more spacious with my trips this coming year, and going to determine those trips that I really, really want to do, and not just go to go. The Philippines trip, we'll see. But the Philippines trip is a more of a missionary trip that someone had invited me to and said, "Would you go?" And I said, "Sure." I just didn't realize it was for 2 weeks. I mean, we went for 5 days to New York, and literally it kicked my butt. Slept 4 hours last night, and I don't feel it far. I think one of the things that we've experienced these days here locally is how everything has calmed down. And everything has calmed down because of the holidays. We don't have much information coming in for what's going on in the city. We don't have information in regards to what's coming happening at the county. Even at PUB, it's been kind of a little bit on the dead side. Good morning, good morning. Um, Kind of on the dead side. And again, because everyone is doing the holiday thing, and I can understand that. I think we're going to get back into business after the New Year's, which is this weekend, and we'll see what happens. I have I got 6 weddings to do today. One, two, three on Friday and one on Saturday. Two on Saturday, I think. It's a busy schedule for me, and I wish that it wasn't. I'm going to slow down this coming year. I was noticing how a lot of people are suddenly going out there and saying they're going to deactivate their social media account. I think Carlos Cascos is one of them. And again, I don't understand why, but again, everyone does what they feel that they need to do. But I think it's because Oli, Ola Tony. I think that what happens is that um, Facebook drains you. It's like when you're driving and all of a sudden a lot of cars start to stop or go slower, and you realize that there's a car crash on the other side, and everything just slows down because people want to see what's going on. I think that's one of the reasons why my page became so popular back in the heyday and even today, because people just want to know what's going on. But it is draining because I have to see it all. You all have to see what comes out on the news feed. I get to see it all, and it's draining. A lot of sadness out there, a lot of car crashes, a lot of cars on fire, a lot of relationships destroyed, and it's draining. I don't know what happened with that video. I'm not putting it on Facebook. I put it on Twitter and on Instagram because Facebook is just so delicate. But there was a fight at Adolio's or something. I didn't understand what was going on, and it's just very, very indicative. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened. I don't know the backstory, but you want to see that. And I think that every time we see those things, it takes from us, and it takes from me. And I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of people decide to, like deactivate their Facebook account, their social media. for a while, forever. I have cousins that aren't on Facebook at all and refuse to get on Facebook because it is draining. It does take from you. And I think that's interesting. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to be using Facebook. I just am very selective in regards to what I post now because every other weekend I get thrown in Facebook jail. And I want that to stop. It's trippy how a lot of people, there's just a lot of drama in regards to relationships and stuff. And I've said this before, and I know a lot of people uh, trip out because I joke around a lot. I do not care to be in a relationship. And I think the reason that I do not care to be in a relationship is because I'm so horrible at them. And I don't know if it's just the way that we were brought up. I don't know if it's in the genes, the gene pool. Just not good at relationships. I'm good at friendships. Anything past that, I just don't understand. I don't comprehend. And I'm out of looking for them. And not that I was looking, but I'm not going to start because people start to say, "Erasmo, ya te estás poniendo viejo." You got to start thinking about who's going to be taking care of you. And it's trippy because I don't want anyone taking care of me. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't want anyone taking care of me. I want to take care of myself for as long as I can. And this is one of the reasons why I travel. I have traveled is because you get to be around individuals who don't necessarily know who you are, and it's like a good start. And while in New York, I got to meet a lot of families up there. Good morning, good morning. A lot of families up there that were spending Christmas in New York. I posted pictures with them. It's trippy because um, that first night, I think, yeah, it was that first night, because I know that the Bulls had paid. It was that first night, and I walked into Margaritaville. Did not have margarita. Went to Margaritaville, and sure enough, hey, a family Erasmo. And I go like, hey, and it was so much fun, and I appreciate that. Uh, on the last day when we were coming on, we are doing the ferry ride uh, throughout the bay, the cruise, another family, and I think in between, oh, we were in Chinatown. I ran into a family from Brownsville, so I thought that was really really cool. It's interesting to get recognized so far away from home. It's still a burden. No, and not in a bad way. It's a burden because it's a lot of responsibility, and I understand the responsibility that one has. Hey, Lasso, you didn't seem at all affected by the harsh weather. I think it just started to hit towards the end. Let me tell you, 3 degrees, 7 degrees, 9 degrees. Those first 2 days, it's not fun. Um, I think what really drained me was the fact that I did not have clothes. I did not have a suitcase that was completely lost, and up to right now, I still don't know where my suitcase is at. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm going to file a claim for lost baggage, and I did buy me clothes while I was there. I bought me a little extra so that you know to teach the airlines a lesson. But it really is trippy because I don't even know what was in there in the luggage. I know that my laptop was in there, and I've lost that. So it's going to be an interesting process. And I think that that's what really trips me out about traveling and just being at Erasmo. It seems like every turn. there's something new to learn. And so I'm going to learn the process of losing my luggage. But the rest of the trip was okay. Uh, Coming back, it was delayed a little bit, but not a lot. Wean down your travels. Maybe let's start with traveling to the state of Texas. It has so, you know what? I think I've given up on traveling inside the United States, and I say that because it's so expensive. Traveling to the United States is so expensive. I think I'm going to stick to traveling in Mexico. Mexico, I mean, has everything you could want, and it's a lot more affordable. So maybe traveling through Mexico, I'm going to try and figure out some type of schedule or something. I don't know. But yeah, I am going to weed down. It is tiring. It's taxing, and when you get back, it slows you down. Guys, I'll be back on tonight at 9 p.m. Just wanted to come by and say hi and thank you for your prayers and well wishes. We made it back, and it's good to be home. I love Brownsville. Don't love the politicians, but I do love Brownsville. Uh, can I go to Mexico without a passport? Yes. Birth certificate, I think, is all you need. Even if you fly, you should be okay. If you fly inside Mexico, I think the problem is if you fly from Mexico somewhere else or come into Mexico flying, then you're going to need a passport and then a permit if you're flying as an American. I am very fortunate to have both citizenships. So, guys, have a great day. Social distance, face carrying, hand sanitizer, stability, and all that. I am done. Be back tonight at 9 p.m. Hopefully, guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless. It's good to be home.